What'd you do?
I didn't do anything.
Well, we're here and it's still going.
Here we are. Welcome back. I was looking at the other thing to make sure it started over there. 7 videos in. It's live, right?
It's live, right?
It is live. How we doing? So for me, it was kind of night and day. But from what I'm seeing in the chat, people do not feel the same as I do. What was your overall take?
Better, faster, better. They meshed. They sounded a lot better. They came out sounding a lot better. I think it got a little weird again at the end. It felt like somebody was running out of steam or something was wearing off. I don't know. It just, Bobby still has moments of sounding. And I don't mean his guitar, because that was, I think the mix was much better tonight too. Let's start there first of all. Like, I think last night a lot of the problem was the mix with nugs and things, because people there and videos from there, it sounded a lot better than it did on nugs. So I don't know if you can blame everything on Bobby from last night, like we were talking about, because I think a lot of it had to do with the
tone. He chooses the tone of his guitar. So
and yeah, but I think it was a lot loud. I think it was tonight you didn't hear it. So I think they like turned him down a little tonight. And so, yeah, he was at 11 on guitar. Exactly. So sound was way better tonight. But there's just moments when he's singing that he just doesn't, he sounds like, I don't know, mushy mouth, and like has like, I mean, you heard him like trying, words just don't come out right, and he's off and things. So I don't know. I mean, he's old, yes, and whatever, but tonight was,
man just has a toothache or something.
Night and day. The toothache. Yes. Toothache. It does sound like he had some dental work done. I will agree with that. That's kind of what it sounds like. I'll tell you, I had an issue years ago where part of my face, like if you ever heard of like Bell's palsy, it was kind of like that. Like I get it, whole thing, but like for 6 months, and like I couldn't like drink, and like it was like droopy. And when I talked, I had like a weird, and that's what it reminds me of when he says certain words or tries to sing, and he goes, that's what I keep thinking, and that's what I think in my head. So having experienced that, it reminds me of that. So I don't know what it is, but it just sounds like sometimes he's like not connecting, or half the mouth is working and half it's not. So I don't know. But anyway, yeah, I think it was better though. The show was better. The set was better. The second set was awesome. Sturgill sit-in was, we'll talk about it, but was a godsend. And that opening act by him was, holy shit, Kev, we could spend the whole time talking about that. That was phenomenal. Like, no vampire set by him. That is how you open a show. Fuck yeah.
Wow.
Like,
yes.
Yeah.
This guy's all that. He really is. He's got a little bit of punk, a little bit of country, a little bit of the outlaw in him, a little bit of rock and roll. I mean, I was really amazed. I've heard him before, but I never sat through a whole set there, and I got nothing but good stuff. You know me. That's my wheelhouse. That sound, the ominous jams, you know. Just
he ripped it too. I mean, he sounded, I love the way he walked on. He was like, I got 75 minutes, so let's not talk. Let's just start playing. Right. And did it. I mean, and went right to timed it perfectly. Like everything sounded great. And that's the other thing, like playing to time. We always talk about that with like Fish, like first daytime and playing to time, and how it fucks them up so bad. Go talk to this guy. Like, go talk to Sturgill and see how he does this, because everything still rocked, still jammed, got everything in there that he needed to. Like, nothing needed more, nothing needed less. It all fit perfectly. Like, and then he just like was done. And like, all right, thank you. Like, that's my 75 minutes. I'm out. Like, sweet. You're like, now I'm ready. Let's do this. Like, it was phenomenal. Like, I was so impressed. Like,
please enjoy the Grateful Dead.
Grateful Dead. We had some great teases in there too. Rage Against the Machine in there. He did the Lighter Shade of Pale cover, which sounded amazing. I love that song. So hearing him do that was fantastic. You mentioned another one that he did in there too. Like,
It Ain't All Flowers had Cherub Rock in it, and Brace for Impact had China Cat-esque licks in it. But apparently in the past, this is a normal thing. he always throws them in, is what people were telling me.
Yeah, he does, but it still sounds like they work. It's like Karina Reichman, where she plays her like teases in her songs. It works, and it's part of the song, so you just get used to hearing it in there because it flows so naturally. So it's great, and I'm glad he does it. Like, I loved it. Like, that was Trey's got a big hole to follow tomorrow. Like, that's 2 great opening acts. I mean, I know Trey will crush it. I'm not worried about it with the horns and everything, but tonight was, I don't know. Sturgill might hold up as like the best opener of this weekend. We'll see. That was great.
I bet that's the biggest crowd he's ever played to.
Probably
Billy Strings, probably Trey Band. I know Trey's played to bigger crowds, but
yeah,
that's got to be crazy to look out at all those people. Anyway,
totally.
if you do not know that the run through from Welcome to Earth, It Ain't All Flowers, Best Clockmaker on Mars. It was really 6 psychedelic blues rock in the best way, and if you haven't, check it out. Check it. All right,
definitely check it out because it was well worth a re-listen. Definitely.
All right, you can't go singing in the midnight hour when everyone's in bed in their hotel by midnight because your show ended at 10 o'clock. I don't know.
Mike's kind of nailed this here. It's 50% better, 100% better than what last night was, which is 30% better than the show. Exactly. That's pretty much nailing it, I would think. I like it. It was great.
I think this was a weird opener. With everything you have left to play, you're going to choose a song that was more, Pigpen did, and what they did like 15, 20 times as the Grateful Dead. It wasn't like it was, Dancing at least spent years being played. There were whole tours where it was played several times. I felt like that was the Good Lovin' spot. And, I like my Good Lovin' and Bertha together. So
I know. I thought it was a weird opener. Like Let the Good Times Roll, like I called last night, I thought would be a little bit better. I mean, you could have even moved Cold Rain and Snow to the opener here and put Midnight Hour at the end, but I still think Saturday Night should have been the closer and not Cold Rain and Snow. Like, it was weird. We'll get to that. But Midnight Hour was such a weird opener. And to your point, like, there's so many other songs to open with and that we need and that like needs to be played tonight. Like, you could open One More Saturday Night and just got out of the way at the beginning when Bobby was fresh.
But the thing with One More Saturday Night that Matt told us was it blows Bobby's voice out. That's why he never put it to close the first set or something, because then his voice is shot.
He can't sing the rest of right. And I think his voice being what it is, it probably was a wise move not to play it. But you got to figure if that's the last time they play. I mean, I don't know. To not play it on like Saturday night in Golden Gate Park of all the times. I don't know. It's weird. But Midnight Hour was strange.
This is true. So true.
I don't know. I think Kevin and I did a really good job of setting the bar pretty low for this run, and it's still like hasn't got there. So I don't know.
Right, exactly. Bertha, fantastic. We got a Mayer song second in, so somebody's aware. There was quite a few Mayer songs, quite a few group vocals through this set. Bertha's such a great early, 1-2 punch there. So the 2-punch really got you with the right hook there, but the uppercut didn't quite hit with the Midnight Hour.
I feel like, I feel like, again, you could have opened with this and had more space to fit in something else in there. I thought it was a weird.
Maybe good level.
Unless there was a reason for the Midnight Hour for somebody or something. It was definitely very weird. So,
well, they busted it out for the first time at the Sphere. So I feel like they were trying to, I
hear you.
And it's a good opener. It's the soul classic, it's got the, hey, we're going to party all night message.
Yeah, completely.
I thought Jack Straw was the first time that they really, in a first set, the first set from last night, the first set this night, that they really got it nailed together, that they hit the ground running finally. But it took them a whole set last night.
I think it helped putting Mayer in the 2 slot. I think it helped like get the kind of going, the blood flowing and moving and stuff instead of like having 3 slow Bobby songs in a row like last night. Kind of like it took forever to get the kickstart into gear there. So this worked. Yeah, and I think then going into Jack Straw right after it was perfect because it kept that like momentum going up and kept you feeling like good, right? Like better than last night with the first two songs anyway, like 2 out of 3 songs, and it was like definitely going a little bit quicker. I appreciated that, and I think Jack Straw was the first time you got a little bit of Clemente. I thought Clemente was a star tonight, by the way. We'll talk about that, but I feel like he was on it tonight, and Mayer recognized it and was playing off of him, and their love affair is so beautiful. I know we talk about that too,
but get confused. Listen to Clemente play.
I loved it. I kind of screamed out in my room. I was like, "What? Yes!" Like I had to text my buddy. I was like, "Dude, Salami just shouted out Clemente, and it was so good."
How's volume looking?
It's good. I'm talking to. I forgot to hit the thing over there. Their love affair is awesome. I love it so much, and like they are just playing so good. He was on it tonight. He was on fire tonight. It was. You got it right in this Jack Straw was the first time I noticed it. I was like, "Ooh, just went a little spicy," and it was awesome.
I tell you what, Fantasy Jude, of all the songs that they could do that Brent sang, to me, it's the one that, why did you pick that one? Because I so associate it with Brent. Out of Space. It was his song Out of Space, his rocker, and I would be happier if they did just a little lighter one of his songs. And, but they aren't going to do that. So I think they should have just, I don't know, man. It just doesn't work for it. And then in the middle of the set, I don't know. I don't want to poo-poo on them. I know a lot of people. I love the song, and I love what the Dead did with it, the Grateful Dead.
You know how I feel about it. It's not my favorite version from them. I actually saw Traffic open for them one of the years in Vegas at the Dead, and so I got to see them do it, which was fucking awesome. But I'm the same way. The Fantasy Jude suite just doesn't. Yeah, Brent's in your head, and you can hear it, and they just don't. They don't. It's not made enough their own to separate it out from the other versions that you know so well and like. So it's just kind of that. I don't know. It's hard.
We are going to on Wednesday.
Yeah,
we're going to have a couple people on, hopefully. So
yeah, it's hard to do from after the shows because you can't get reception.
There's no reception.
People. Yeah, you can't do it.
Horrible reception, just horrible. Passenger. I love that they do Passenger. I think it's weird that Bobby adds the lyrics that Phil cut back into it, but I mean, good for them. And it's a good group vocal song. Bobby doesn't have to carry the whole thing. He has Mayer, singing along with him there. That was always one of Donna's shining moments. I felt when they did that with 77, 78.
Yeah. I mean, it's funny because like I don't it's not again. I hate, but this from talking with. It's not one of my favorites either. So like getting these two back to back, I was like, oh God.
It's a Phil song. See, we have a thing. We got Box last night. We got Passenger tonight. Tomorrow we are going to get a Broken Arrow with Mayer singing.
Yeah, or I mean, I think Graham's coming back out. Yeah, I think Graham's coming back out tomorrow night. It seems to be a theme all 3 nights. So I think he'll do that again. So
that's so cool. I love that they do that. It's such a great nod.
It is. I really appreciate that they did that. Like that was a surprise. That was the one that was a real surprise. Like we kind of had an idea that the other guys would possibly come out and do at least a song with them, but not Grahame. Like that was a shock because he was doing the other things. So you kind of felt like not competition, but a little bit like two things going on. Will they mesh? So what Mayer needs to do, Mayer needs to go show up at their thing
tonight.
Mayer and Jeff after their date, they should head over there and play together.
Maybe Sturgill will show up. Brown Eyed Women is my favorite of the Europe 72 songs, meaning Tennessee Jed, Ramble On, that Jack Straw. Yeah, it's Jack Straw one, I don't know. But you know what I'm saying, that they all came out on that album. And Mayer, another Mayer song. So good. Bobby's going to rest his voice for the whole rest of this set, which is perfect. That's what you want to do. Yeah. Get him some green tea and.
Yeah, I thought the Brown Eyed Woman was fine. Like it, yeah, I like that song a lot. I like what they do with it, and I like the little play in it. And again, it works right there. And then I was surprised early Sturgill. I don't know why that happened. Instead of, like it kind of felt like we'd get him in the same position every night out of drum space, but it's kind of fun to change it up and maybe I wonder where Trey's going to play.
Maybe he had a blade to catch.
Yeah, or something. I don't know. Maybe.
Or either that or Bobby knew he wanted to do Days Between.
Right.
And they couldn't put two slow songs back to back to close the show. So they brought him out. And I mean, Sturgill completely owned it.
And you don't want to close this set with Days Between. And like you said, they were saving Bobby's voice anyway for that. So I think it worked here. And I texted you and I even said it in the Discord, like, thank the Lord that they didn't let Bobby sing this one. Like Morning Dew is one of my like I said this earlier, like with you with Terrapin and Jerry's voice, like Morning Dew is Jerry to me. Like that's I need him, and I've never gotten used to Bobby singing it and hitting those notes the way he hits them. So I'm so glad tonight he didn't sing it. Sturgill sang it, absolutely crushed it. It was beautiful.
Surprise for me. It was a surprise. I figured he'd be on a Truckin or a New Speedway or something that was more a country rocker kind of thing.
It fit kind of like what his set was, right? Like I totally could have seen like Truckin or something since they played it and him kind of having that, and totally New Speedway. I'm surprised he doesn't do that on his own. That seems like such a song for him. So yeah.
Trey has the bar set pretty high.
Yeah, very high. Very high. And a great way to close that set. I mean, what a great that left you with that feeling too. Like everything he did, like after the opening act, when he finished, left you on this high, and then Morning Dew left you on such a great high going into intermission. It was great. He was such a force tonight for it.
And they both him and Billy added something to the song. Billy last night went metal and he went really hard. Jerry always played pretty and light on it.
And it was a different build, right? Because Jerry would always like slow that build and really like have that big crescendo in that moment, and that yeah, and that was the whole thing. And Sturgill owned it by not really having that huge moment, but like sort of throughout the song, injecting himself into it. It was great. I loved it. I loved what he did with it. So it was really cool.
Absolutely,
good set. Way better than last night's first set. I will say that for sure.
Right. So you want to do housekeeping?
Do I want to do it? I never know. I don't know everything. Tomorrow night, same thing. Remember, hang at intermission. We'll see you guys 15 minutes after the encore to wrap up the 60th. I can't believe it's already over. I was looking so forward to this weekend, and now it's flying by. We're already done. For the set break show recap, do you think that horns make it into tomorrow? I would love it, but no, I don't. I don't think they do. It's just going to
be too technical. You got to have extra mics.
So.
Whole sound check kind of thing. Monday morning we got the member hang. Tuesday we have a festival preview coming out about Beanstalk, Magic Beans out of Colorado. Wednesday we're going to be doing Live. And we're hopefully going to, I'm not going to throw any names out, but there's a couple people we're talking to get them to come on who were at the shows. So hopefully that works out. And then, it might be a few days that we don't do anything because we need to really catch our breath. It's been 6 weeks now of shows every night, pretty much.
Going hard. But don't forget, we are going to bring Wook Club back next month, or this month, I should say. We're in August now. So we're going to do Fishes.
Actually, on Friday, we have a interview with Jason Mingledorf coming out about a tour he has coming up. He used to play with Papa Grows Funk. He was in the original Galactic for a little bit. So
there you go. And now going back to Wook Club, we're bringing Wook Club back. We're doing Fish's first show at Red Rocks, which was 8/20/93. And we'll be doing that on 8/19/25. So the day before it actually would be its 32nd anniversary. So if you want to check that out and listen to that show and join us in Wook Club, and if you become a all access member, I finally remembered what it was, an all access member over on Volume, and let us know what you thought of the show. And if you want to be on with us, you can come on for a segment and talk about the show with us on air. Okay, I think that's everything. Let's get into the second set.
All right. This second set really went from I thought it was going to be a train wreck to simply fantastic for me. Uncle John's sounded rough. They were struggling with it. It was like they were fighting with the lyrics within each other or something. But the jam got nice.
The jam.
Yeah. they picked up a little other one hints and things in there. I
thought Dark Starry. I thought it got very Dark Starry in there when it fully broke down and got into those like clink clink noises. Like I was like, ooh, this is very dark. Like maybe we will get a Dark Star tonight out of space because they're kind of tinkering with it right now, and it sounds very, very there. And I thought you would really like that because it went exactly where you like the things to go, like a full breakdown into like whatever, and then it never really came back the way Uncle John's does or usually does. You know what I mean? Like it kind of
like, fizzled back into it.
Exactly. Like you were saying, kind of the beginning of it where they couldn't figure out getting into it. I felt like that was kind of like the middle section was great once they got in the jam and the breakdown and all of that and found the space. But the bookends were weird. The start was weird and the end was, it didn't have that usual come back in that giant inn with, you know, how it just sort of like, and you're like, all right, well, shit. But then they dropped into Help and you're like, yes, okay, now we're getting it. So I don't know. My first thought, though, I got to be honest with you, was imagine not getting the slip in this, and instead you get like, I don't know, like
wrong.
You get like the Uncle John's band in there. Let's say they switch it around and you did Help, Uncle John's band, and then Franklin's, like they do. How I always bitch about the mics, Weekapog, not being, you know, not having hydrogen in the middle. How it's the Help Slip Frank for Fish. That's exactly where my head went tonight. I was like, you can't not break these up, and look how perfect they flow together and work. It's the perfect trilogy. So I was so glad you got it, and it was beautiful and the way it should be. It was awesome. I'm glad
Is that set list right?
What?
I don't think that set list is right for some reason. Anyway.
What are you talking about?
I don't think I wrote it down right. Anyway.
What are you missing? Help waiting, Franks. Exactly, Mike. That's what I'm talking about. Like you can't. I got it when I was at the Sphere. I got a Franklin's in the first set, and I was like, "Oh, that's interesting, all by itself, a singular." Like, okay, cool. And then the second set, they played a Help Slip, and I was like, "Oh man, what are we gonna go into?" Because like, what's there that you could possibly go into after you've already did Franklin's? They went into Eyes, and it was fantastic. Like a Help Slip Eyes, I was like, "Oh, perfect!" Like, fuck yeah, that's great.
That's what
the other one. Yeah, that is you're wrong. Yeah.
That's what I was like, because I wrote other one because I thought it wasn't. I didn't fix it when I realized.
Because you also tweeted that you thought, or tweeted it that you thought it was going to be the other one.
I was all in.
You were all in. You were all in.
I was
all in on it. But you did call Days Between tonight at intermission, so that was good, and it made sense because you didn't do it tonight, so it worked. But yeah. I loved it. Like that Help Slip Frank. I mean, that slip got really slippery too. Mayer was really slippy on that one.
They gelled. They completely gelled, and that's when Bobby's chanky, guitar, chunky, whatever it is, sounds best is when they're out there doing that, and Mayer is doing runs over it.
Yep, completely. And I thought that slip had a lot. Like I said, it got slippy. It was really cool. I really like what John was doing in that. It kind of just gave it a new sound in it too. Like his guitar that the tone he was using was not your usual like thing. And then when they pulled it back in and like got into like the end part of Slip to build into Franklin's was beautiful. Like that sounded so good compared to the Uncle John's come back in, right? Like we always talk about their re-entries and how good they are. It's been a little hit or miss, I feel like, with some of these. The Slip was beautiful. That they nailed that, I thought. So that was awesome.
I was really hoping for an 11. Steven was pretty solid, but I tell you what, the couple Stevens that we listened to from the Sphere, I felt were much bulkier.
Oh, dude, those three that we got that one time. Remember that one that they did that I was like, that's the best Steven I've ever heard them play. Like they ripped it. Yes, you're so right. So Grahame coming on was awesome though. Like that was really cool. It was kind of like, what are they going to play with him? Like that has the bass or the vocals or whatever. So Steven was a little weird for that. I thought, like, I get it, but it was kind of an odd, I don't know, choice for him. I would have rather seen him like come out of drum space into the other one and drop the fucking fill bombs.
Right. Maybe that's tomorrow night.
Hopefully, because that's what he needs. That would be like the full mad respect to his dad to drop some fill bombs coming into the other one. So we'll see.
Right. They do, Michael, play that little section before the very end of Steven that always tricks me, and I'm like, that's very 11-y. That sounds like the 11.
Like 11. And for a while, I mean, you got that sometimes, right? We got 11 and even William Tell. So I mean, I
just think it's a lot for Bobby to sing. Bobby isn't going to sing that William Tell bridge at this point.
Yeah, I think that's the other thing. It's definitely kind of handicapped. Like you're playing from the ladies' tees right now. I feel like with a lot of this, like we're not getting the full swings and the full distance out of this. So
right, I will say that the space was twice as long as last night.
It was,
and it was still only like 5 minutes.
I think
the drums in space have been very truncated, and I guess they're like, we only have so much real estate, and we want to play as many songs as we can. And I'm glad that instead of dedicating a bunch of time to drums in space, they spent 4 or 5 minutes doing that little almost Spanish jam. It was close. Yeah, I'm calling it that because Jay started doing the drums under it. So that said to me, most of the band is doing that at this moment. Bobby wasn't, but that's okay. Mayer and Chimette, the core four were.
The core four were.
I think Mickey was still on the beam, so
his tongue was stuck to it. Yeah, I thought I liked. Yes, I think part of it too, Kev, is that not being in the sphere, it's different drum space. You know, like that was so technical, and you had so much room to play with it, and really. So this being in such a giant environment, it doesn't work the same either. So I feel like it lends itself to not being as spectacular or long as it's been in the past. But tonight's space definitely, I thought you would enjoy that for sure, because it got a little clanky and out there, and like was definitely longer than last night's and took a while. And even when they got into that
down playing with
knobbing it, and then when it got into that Spanish jam, it was cool. Like it was very yeah, it was fun. That was cool. And days between though, let's talk about that, because you called that at intermission and thought it was coming. It was a perfect choice for that. It was just there were so many other hints in there of songs that it was weird that was what got pulled out of it, because I almost thought you could have gotten your other one there after the Spanish jam, right? And then had it or something after that. Well, so it was
pretty much always are getting a slow song.
Yeah, out of that. So
these days, but you know, think of the things that didn't get the call though, like Stella Blue, and there's Standing on the Moon still, and China Doll, and Comes a Time. There's all these ones, and they chose the last song. Maybe it's because it's the last song that Hunter and Garcia ever wrote together, and really, it's my favorite of Bobby's co-opted Jerry slow tunes. I just he owns it. He's been singing it 20 years longer than Jerry ever, had the chance to, but I don't know. It feels like such a great exclamation point on what Hunter and Garcia did.
I know you love it. And yes, it does. I think that's a really good point, is Bobby has kind of made it his own and owned it since he's been playing it so much. So it's one of those that works a lot for him, like really does, and still gets across the feeling and, yes, the tear jerker and that. So I think it's great. Yeah, I love, and I'm glad. I would take it any day over China Doll, even though China Doll is an OTL song, and OTL hasn't been able to do much yet, but I'd rather have this anyway. I think tomorrow night, and like you just said, tomorrow night, I mean, we still have Scarlet Fire and China Rider, and there's a lot in there that still need to get, it's a lot of real estate still need to get played.
Dark Star.
Yeah, I know.
You got to do a Dark Star.
They should probably just play Monday too. I mean, you need a mulligan, right? Like, I feel like Friday night we could like call it a mulligan and just play Monday as well.
Monday.
Bobby does crush days. Yes, he does. So got to give him props for that. It's one of those that he owns. I love it.
I really was. So I would have put all my money on Other One when they started the little jam after Days Between, but alas, I should listen better. It's like my Bowie maze. I always get it wrong. Well, I always call the other one, so I get it right some of the time, but there is a difference between them.
There is Birdsong. God, yeah, Dave. Oh man, I love Birdsong. Cassidy Birdsong. I mean, there's a lot.
Never stop.
There's a lot out there. I thought Truckin' was an interesting. We knew it was coming, and we knew Casey Jones would be somewhere too. We knew Truckin would be in there. It's crazy though that the drop into it was, again, it felt a little sloppy. Like it kind of, this is where the back end kind of felt a little sloppier, I guess is the word. I mean, I don't know. It just, because this could have gone, it almost felt like they felt it could have been Saturday night and something else here. You know what I mean? It felt very like, okay, well, let's do this. Let's call the audible and go this way instead of that way, because we should save that for tomorrow night because of the way it's set, like whatever. So it just kind of felt like that with this, but the Truckin' Jam was great. Again, Clemente again in that, like tomorrow night,
Ripple. There's no two ways they're not going to play Ripple for the last.
Didn't they close? They closed the 50th with Addicts, didn't they?
Yeah, but Phil's not there. That's a Phil thing.
Yeah, that's
Phil
true.
wants to, let's do a really hard vocal thing since none of us could.
It's the last time. Bobby doesn't need his voice after tomorrow. Like, whatever.
Oh man. So you I wouldn't say poo-pooed on the cold rain and snow, but I thought that's really a master stroke. Let Mayer have one to close up things. I mean, I didn't call it an encore because they never left the stage, so that's why it's not.
Yeah. I love Cold Rain and Snow. I mean, that's one of my faves. So I was ecstatic to get it. I thought it would open tomorrow night because this late in the set I was not expecting. I thought it was a weird place for it to land tonight, and I don't know. Yeah. That's all. That was my only complaint. Was I was like, this feels more like it should be in the front end, not the back end, and a weird place for it to be the closer. I don't know. I got to think it. I don't know.
You can't put T on the spot, man.
Kev's kind of right. Like he already took it though. It's like Ripple. Like
that's a good answer.
Ripple. That's a good answer. If they don't open with Touch tomorrow, I could see them opening with that too tomorrow.
Brokedown is my favorite. Was my favorite encore.
Oh well, yeah, mine too. Hands down. Always. That's yes. I love that song. Is everything to me. So, Cold Rain and Snow broke down. It was a fantastic way to end the show. Like I loved it. It was just a little surprising to me because, like I said, I thought Cold Rain would open tomorrow night and put me in that mood. But I'm fine. Whatever. Tonight was heads and tails above last night. So let's hope tomorrow night.
What they could work could be a "It's All Over Now, Baby Blue." There's an exclamation point. If they never play it again, would be
an ender. There's an ender.
Right.
They should just sing it like the Scarlet Fire for the encore and do it there.
Well, they're good. I tell you what, tomorrow, let's run through this. We're going to open up with a Shakedown Samson because it's Sunday. And you're going to get a Cassidy in that set, a Music Never Stopped, and a Ramble on Rose. Will all be in the first set. And the second set's going to have a Dark Star other one. Prepared together. I need the Dark Star and the other one.
I think you've got to put either China Rider or Scarlet Fire in that first set because you can't do all four of them in the second set plus a Dark Star.
China Rider, right?
I think that could close the first set. I think China Rider closes the first set.
Okay. Well, we'll throw that on then. We'll throw the China Rider. That's 7 songs in the first set. If we call this, we're cutting clips. We're going worldwide.
I think they should actually. The encore should be Music Never Stopped. That's what the encore should be tomorrow night.
Oh,
never. I always stay until the very end until I disgrace myself. That's the only way to leave. Pick 5 live.
I have yet to begun to defile myself.
Set up the Dead and Co bot for Pick 5 tomorrow night, guys. Like stay up tonight and get that thing going.
All night.
We'll put some Pick 5s in on the bot tomorrow.
All nighter. I've gone 3 of 5 the past 2 nights. Both nights.
That's pretty good.
I'm much better at Dead and Company set list than I am with.
Well, I think it's easier. I think it's easier to predict, like especially their first set, because it's not as hit or miss. If you're off with like the first couple songs with Fish, then it kind of sets your tone to be screwed for like all of them. Denko, you can still redeem yourself if you don't like quite nail it. You can still get something later. So
I hope if they do music that Easy Answers is snuck in because that pisses people off. Oh, you want to take us out?
Yeah, let's do it. Thanks, guys. This has been a blast. Like I said, I can't believe we're 2/3 of the way out of it. Leave a comment below. If you were there and watching this later, please leave a comment below and let us know how it was live or how it was being there.
Right. Otherwise, hey, how about this? When people get home Monday night, and people who were there who are watching, I don't know how we get you to reach out, but send
reach
videos,
out.
You know?
Reach out. Send a letter. Leave it in the comments below. We read all the comments all the time, so leave in the comments below, and then we can figure out how to reach out to you or leave us info or something, or just email us at Wook. Is it Wook Plus? I don't even know what it is.
Proton.me.
Proton.me. Good luck with that.
Right, we should have done the phone number joke.
We should have done the phone number. Leave a message.